Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Wonder Snatch. Today we're going to try to do a full face of black-owned makeup brands. I just received my last order from UOMA Beauty, which had a big sale a couple of months ago, which I found out from Jen Love's reviews. We're going to try to support as many black-owned businesses as possible, and so just please like, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload new videos, okay? So I'm just going to block my brows and get all this mess out of the way, and we'll get started soon. Alright, it's taking longer and longer each time to get rid of the sideburns because they're really unruly now. And I even have to tuck some back with hair gel. So I'm just priming my face. I don't have any black-owned primers, so I'm just going to use some of my old ones. I'll only be mentioning all the black-owned beauty brands that I'm using. I'm quite excited to try this new UOMA Beauty. With the 80% sale 2 months ago, these are really worth it. So I got a whole bunch of stuff from them, so I'll be using a lot of UOMA Beauty stuff today. If I don't have anything from a black-owned beauty brand, I'll probably use something else, and I'll list some options of black-owned similar products. So let's try this UOMA Beauty foundation. It says adjustable coverage. For medium coverage, use sparingly. For full coverage, use generously. And extreme coverage, use multiple layers. So let's just see how this builds. Okay, onto my... Okay, and this is in the shade Honey Honey. So that I don't waste too much product, I'm going to use a brush. It's a little dark, don't worry. Once we contour, it'll be fine. So this was actually first done, most of the beauty gurus have already done this, like Manny Anyway was the first one I saw who did this, and then Nikki Tutorials did hers, and a whole bunch of other people did it. So it's really important to support the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a long time coming, and it's really inspiring to see that a lot of the protesters now are white and allies, because, you know, the last few times a police shooting ended up in riots, it just petered out after a few days or weeks and nothing changes. So hopefully there's some lasting change this time. I didn't get any concealers from them. I'm just going to use my old concealer. Get some on the eyelids too. You know, white supremacy is really pervasive in the whole world, not just in America. I remember when I was growing up, in the 90s and 80s in Singapore, I mean, we basically lived on a media diet of American TV. And we just used to think I used to think that was a perfect life. I used to wish I was white. I used to hate the way my hair looked. You know, that I could never get it to lay flat like American celebrities. I used to really fantasize about being reincarnated as a white person and go to American high schools and American proms, you know, everything you see on TV. So yeah, it's really pervasive the way that the American media makes you believe of this perfect life, right? And anything else is less than. The greatest trick that white supremacy has played was to make us believe that it disappeared for you know, all these years. And then when Obama was in office, people just believed that racism was solved. Okay, charities were not doing very well, grassroots organizations were abandoned, and then of course Trump happened. So now, the last few years has really been a culmination of all these forces. I think I need to brighten it up a little bit with some white. Just need a little bit of it to pop the highlights. Okay, let's try this crystal method of the brows. She does the under highlight first. Just blend that all. Okay, so all the high points in the face are highlighted now. So now I'm going in with UOMA Beauty also. I got a couple of contour sticks from them. So these are contour sticks with Sculpt and Strobe. So one side is a contour and the other side is a highlight. So I'm going to use the contour side to... Oh wow, a little bit might go a really long way. And I'm going to use the foundation brush. Try to feather that up. Might be a bit dark, but let's try to blend that out and see. Let's try to blend that into the face so it's not so harsh. Okay, and then on the edge where I use the white, I'm just going to try to make this not so... Okay. This might not be my shade, but let's see if I can make it work. I'm gonna use the lighter one for the nose just to see. These sticks are really creamy though, they're really nice to use. They blend quite well. Just make it a bit more snatched. Okay, I guess I'll be looking a bit tan today. Now I'm just going to move on to powders. Okay, so I'm just going to use the Ben Nye Super White to highlight the center of the face also, just to bring that color down a little bit. So for powders, apparently the Beauty Bakery makes really good powders, very finely milled, almost like the Laura Mercier. I think they sell those in Sephora in Singapore, but I haven't got any. Maybe I'll try them when the Sephora's open again. Okay, and then for the translucent, I've got a mix of a whole bunch of different ones. I think this is a mixture of Ben Nye, RCMA, and a whole bunch of stuff. So, powder everything out. Now I'm going to bake for a bit and be right back to do the eyes. Okay, just going to brush off some of the excess around the eyes. Okay, I'm going to start off with this really bright pink from the Coloured Raine Vivid Pigments palette. And Coloured Raine is a black-owned beauty brand also. A lot of indie brands are black-owned. Okay, I'm just going to pack this onto the outer crease. Blend it outwards and inwards. I'm going to need a little bit of a lift and put on my face tapes, alright? Okay, face tapes are on. That's a lift that I get. And now we can continue packing on the pink. Okay, so in the outer corner, just going to keep it concentrated on this outside here. I actually lived in America for 5 years, from 2013 to 2018, and I was doing my PhD. And when I went there, I don't think I realized how intense the racial tensions were. I guess growing up as Chinese in Singapore, I'm pretty much the majority, so I don't really, I must admit that I've never really thought very much about it. And even when I was studying in the UK, I didn't feel it as much. But in America, everyone is just super sensitive about racial issues. I remember the first few weeks I was there, I tried to make some jokes. I thought it was quite funny, but my friends were horrified. And over the years, I really understood why. Okay, and in 2016, when Trump was elected, I think my whole worldview changed. Okay, I'm going to use Unbothered, which is a bit of a transition shade. I'm going to use that to blend into the inner crease. Okay, and bring that into the nose contour. Yeah, so when Trump was elected, I remember it really dawned upon me that, you know, everything that we learnt on TV was wrong. I mean, everything was painted through these rosy glasses, right? So, and you start to realize that a lot of institutions in America were basically set up to perpetuate suppression and oppression of racial minorities. Okay, this is a bit heavy stuff, but let's go into some of this red called Sauce. Okay, and I'm going to use this to darken up the outer corner. Okay, and then I'm going to use the MIDAS Cosmetics. Okay, MIDAS Cosmetics is another black-owned brand. This is a collaboration with SMOKEY Glow, another YouTuber that I follow. She really talks a lot about social issues, and I think she's quite nice to listen to. I'm going to use Amazing, which is this deep plum, and a bit of Half Pony, which is this brown, and put that into the outer corner to add some depth there. Okay, and a bit of Half Pony in here too. I guess I'm going for a little bit of a foxy eye today. And now using the Half Pony again, which is this deep brown, I'm just going to extend my inner corner a little bit. And I'm going to use the same to draw on my brow. Okay, so I'm just going to fill in that space above that white that I did earlier. Make sure it's faded in towards the front. So I'm going to use a bit of Volt, which is a lighter brown, okay, to pull it to the front. Okay, now we clean that up using a bit of the white again. Okay, and also using the same white, I'm going to cut the crease in here. Okay, pinks and browns today. Alright, and then I'm going to set all that. And set all that with the white from the MIDAS Cosmetic palette. Okay, and then going in with the shimmer, I'm using Group Chat from MIDAS Cosmetics. This is pink shimmer. I'm going to put that in the center of the lid. And for the inner bit there, I'm going to use Lightning from the UOMA Beauty Savage, which is this silver. Okay, and I've got an eyeliner from UOMA, also called Cleopatra Ink. Blackety black, y'all. Just a small little wing, and then I'm going to set that with the black from the Savage palette called Black, y'all. Okay, I'm going to finish off the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, both eyes are done and now I'm going to go into contour before I do the under eye. I'll be basically using eyeshadow to contour because I don't have any black owned contour palettes. So I'll be using the Smoky Glow. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of Vote and Cold Brew. Okay, these two neutral shades here. Use those to contour. It's quite amazing how the tides have changed about the perceptions of police in America. If you think about it, all the movies and TV shows in America really glamorize cops. They make them look like these heroes, and these are what young boys grow up to aspire to. People who don't follow rules and people who use force and violence to get solve problems. I think a major rethink about policing needs to be done in America. A lot of people are calling to defund the police. Don't know how that would look like, but you know, apparently they've been defunding the education system all this time, and is that something that you really want to defund? I'm going to use a little bit of Unbothered to contour the nose. More pigment. Using Cold Brew just to blend it out a little bit, okay, so it's not so harsh. And I'll be using the pink from the coloured RAINE as a blush. I think these eyeshadows are just a little bit too pigmented for contour and blush. You want something a bit more buildable for these shades. So let's go in with the under eye now. Okay, going with half pony. Okay, I'm going to map out the lower lash line. Let's start from the bottom, bring it up. And just open it up this way. I'm going to blend it up with some Amazing. Okay, and then with the pink. Happy Good. Okay, I'm going to line my eyes with some white. Okay, I'm going that into the inner corner and out. Alright, so I'm just going to finish off the other side and be right back. Okay, done both under eyes and I've also coloured in my nostrils. So now I'm going to go for lips. For lips, I've only got a couple of lipsticks from UOMA Beauty. Okay, and I think I'm going to use the shade Eartha, which is this nude shade. Feels really expensive, nice and magnetic. Quite pigmented too. Quite nice. Okay, and then we contour that with some eyeshadow as usual, and I'm going to be using half pony. Okay, just going to try to contour those lips a bit more and put some pink back in there. So I'm just going to be using the pink eyeshadow. You can basically make any color lipstick with a nude and eyeshadow. I went to America being quite ignorant about race relations, and I think maybe Singapore is quite young. We need to pay attention to what's going on in the rest of the world and look into ourselves and make sure that we don't go that way. Okay? Okay, and just pop some white in the middle there. And then I'm going to use this coloured RAINE lip gloss. It's a pink iridescent lip gloss, and it's in the shade Glass Slipper. Set the face before we go into some highlight. And for highlight, I've got MCGRATH, which is another black-owned beauty brand. Okay, and I'm going to be using this middle iridescent shade here. This was bought for me from my friend Wei Tan. Thank you, Wei. It's one of the best highlighters. Okay, I'm gonna pop on some lashes and a wig and I'll be right back. And I'm back. This is the finished look with my big Heck Bundy hair and my bodysuit. Okay, so in summary, I think we really have to pay attention to the Black Lives Matter movement, okay? And we really have to stand in solidarity with racial minorities who are fighting now all over the world, okay? And we must not lose steam because we know, this wig is quite heavy. We know that change takes time and that if we let this peter out, it's going to be all for nothing. So please give to charity as much as you can. You don't have to do it today, maybe next month, so that we can keep the movement going. Alright, follow me on Instagram at WonderSnatch. Just like, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload new videos, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!